Hi Z Fighters, how are you doing out there? Right now the question is, how do I level up and how do I do it fast without having to grind for 30 to 40 hours? Though that might be fun and you might get refined and be able to define in situations of XP, I'm going to show you a quick way if you want to level up maybe in about like 1-2 hours worth of like investment in time. You should be able to till about 130 to 200 levels easily with each character. Let me show you exactly what to do. You can see now that we're in the gaming world, it is very easily laid out. I've got the new level cap now on Goku, which is 250, which is pretty cool. I like it. Like, I'm hoping that they extend that level cap and kind of get into it a little bit more past as the installments continue, and they continue to give him more and more transcensions and that transformation level. You can start seeing that like there's a lot of ways you can experience higher levels. But look at Vegeta, for instance. Let's take him and let's level him up real quick. So if you look right up there, we're going to have a list of sacred waters from Super, Mega, Supreme, and Ultimate. And you can get these very conveniently inside of the DLC realm. So if you have the DLC, this is where this power level over 9,000 of experience is going to come into play with getting these items really easily. Now, if you get another way of wanting to get cool XP, I'm going to be showing that at the very end, that you can organically do that. And I already have another video out, but I'll just be showing it again in this since you're already here. But let me go ahead and show you how to utilize these. Start with the ones on the very top with the sacred waters, just because you're going to want to utilize the very bottom portion of your characters. So select that. Just going to be giving you your characters. If you're already in the DLC for Barris, and you can kind of see what I'm doing right here. Spoiler alert, this is where we're going to get the XP at the very end of the episode at the Kami's Lookout for the people that don't have the DLC installed. But the people that do have the DLC installed can utilize Goku to train at a very top level, at which they give you the Transcension of God mode. You can go through that the whole treat level. I'm going to be making a whole video on that and how to beat Barris and other installments that I'll be getting, so stay tuned for that. But one thing that you'll be getting is you can have training with Whis. Two categories that you're going to be able to see, and you're going to want the beginning super level up training. The limit break is cool, but it just gives you here and there and a few other items, but they're one-time pass-throughs. Once you've done them, they're pretty much done. You can't redo them, but you can redo these. Listed down there is a challenge list that you can get through for every round. Now, if you have low characters and you're a low level, this is going to be to your benefit as you kind of like train it up. So they took into advantage that maybe people bought the DLC and they touched the game and then they came back and they're like, I don't really want to keep grinding to get 250 levels to try to beat Barris, but Barris is hard, and that's why I'm going to be putting out a tutorial on like how to beat him and what you need to do that. But one of the things that you get down to with this is you can kind of have a flow chart of your level character of Goku that you can kind of like utilize, or Vegeta. I haven't tested it out yet. I am going to make sure if you can utilize it, which you can. So I mean, that's like one of the cool things you can switch between in this realm that you have as the DLC. So I guess I know my next episode of the installment of the part 1 of the Powers Awakening is going to be Vegeta. So really cool about that. But stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and get back to our tutorial. Now, one fun fact to point out, I have Goku already selected here, and what could benefit off of this? Yeah, you could do training and do that, but you're probably going to waste a lot of Zenny just experiencing the healing factor. I would have a bigger benefactor of going down those charts that I showed you in order to utilize those, and some of them are really easy. You can probably beat Whis in like one punch, you know, man status with Goku, and be able to get a lot of them in order to level up some of the lower Z characters. Once you're in the other world, not inside of Barris's world, you're allowed to access those waters and utilize them on all the characters, so you can get up to all your characters to 250, which is really cool. Like, so you can make them like a very strong Z fighter force and be ready for the next wave of installment that's going to happen, because I'm getting hyped for this. This is really cool for what they got. But so one of the things you would take is take Vegeta, for instance. If he levels up on one level, when you level up refresh, it refreshes his health. So you'd have a bigger benefactor of switching to a character in order to, I guess, farm those waters really fast in order to save time in order to get where you want to go, if that makes sense. So what doesn't make sense is when you come down to this and you can't use it, don't worry, you just have to leave and exit that realm. Like I mentioned before, it's pretty easy. Just go back to the main story. And you can see at this very point in time, you're greeted with all the Z fighters. Go back to the main menu and you should have everyone selected with the item selected now. So I mean, just make sure, bear in mind that they would kind of suck, and you can kind of just utilize these and continue to give them. So I make sure you're using lower characters, because once these are used up, you can't really sell them, that I found out too. But it is kind of cool because like some of the top route ones, like so once you get past all these secret waters, you can see like, let's for instance, I use one of the ultimates and I utilize that on Chaosu. You can kind of see the difference of like, bam, there's an instant level, bam, there's another instant level. And Chaosu's levels over training is 9,000 at this point in time. So you can rinse and repeat this as like, you know, now he becomes more of a superior fighter throughout that. And you can get these again through just going to Whis and just fighting him pretty much for a one-punch kill, where you can kind of get like those situations. It's really fun, don't get me wrong. You get to these battles where it's really cool. You get to the Super Saiyan God mode, but like you can see where it just comes down to the point where it's just a matter of time where you get that experience that will help out the other character that's there in your party, but as well as you get these little waters. Bear in mind, they did remove the world map inside of this little area. Hopefully they install that in a 1.11. I'll look forward to that patch note. If you're not already subscribed to the network, you should. I do patch notes on top of that, so I got your back. Max here to say I got you in gaming news. But let's go ahead and get back to the world. And we can come down to the very ending segment of how you can do this without the DLC. Now, if you are having some extra items, go to your item vending portions. You're going to want to go over to your supplies instead of cooking and look for the Mega Mass or cupcakes or anything that gives you like an XP boost, and just apply that. You know, you can kind of just go ahead and you put the effect onto there. So now I'm getting 15%, and then you're going to take your top characters and just fly around and beat the crap out of them in the Kami place. So I encourage you to watch the tutorial that I'll link in the very end in order to do all that really fast, and we'll save some time in order for you to do so. So with training your characters to 250 and less than like an hour or so worth of training with the DLC, and or flying around inside of the Kami house, this should be your tutorial for the one-stop shop for you to get your experience. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. If you're new to the network, you can always subscribe. It's absolutely free. It helps me as a creator. And if you do today, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, Goku will have another transcension and then his hair will turn purple like that Twitch. Maybe it'll be like Super Autonomous Ultra Twitch Instinct. I don't know. Like, you'll have to see what happens there. That's up to the creators. I really want some more DBZ. I'm serious. Super's been like, it's been a whip draw for me. Like, I love like that they had the tournament, but I want more. Anyways, everyone, have fun. I'll see you guys and gals in the near future, and stay classy and stay safe, and I'll see you guys later.